Stage 3 of the Major is finally here. This is where we get all the best teams showing up to competition. And in this video, I'll be breaking down the opening matches, except for Falcon's Bait, because I didn't get to watch that one. That'll be in a video later today. But to kick things off, FaZe take down Vitality. A big upset. And they don't just take down Vitality. They dominated them. They look like by far the better team. As we look at the numbers, you're going to see ZywOo had a decent game. But outside of that, I think a lot of these Vitality players looked a little off individually. And I know Apex's round swing here looks okay. That's because he ninja diffused a 1v2. I actually think he got exploited here. He got kind of abused on Yard. And I think he was the biggest issue on this defense. And I think the calling on T side got countered as well. On the FaZe side, Frozen was fantastic. Jacob was incredible on CT side specifically. I cannot believe his aim has looked so good. I did not see it coming from this guy, but he was great. And they didn't even need much else. And I'll say, the scary thing for Vitality is, in previous games that they've lost, they've generally brought it quite close. And it's generally looked like they had a good idea what was going on. They had good ideas as to what to do, but the timings were a bit off, or the execution was slightly off. Here in this game, FaZe outcalled them. FaZe outmaneuvered them. FaZe outplayed them in every way of the game, and that is scary. Maybe you can write it down to the Karrigan versus Apex matchup. I think Karrigan does seem to have a good read on him, but we'll get into some of the specific rounds here. To start with, Vitality got off to a slow start. But I thought here, once I saw this round, I assumed, okay, they're just going to warm into this and they'll be fine.
Boys, it's possible, but it's ramping.
You can see here, a little double ramp stack. A nice read here from Vitality.
Yeah, this time Rob's Apex.
And Apex, he does get blinded, but he spots Frozen just before the flash. Frozen is already down a little low, so the one-shot headshot comes in.
Set up. And a different result.
And now they're all focused on Apex, and Rops knows it. He swings at the perfect time.
Oh, Apex gets the first, draws a 10. This time Rob's Apex, different setup. And a different result. Apex gets the first, draws a 10.
Beautiful team counter-strike. Simple but effective. Exactly what we expect from Vitality. And they start bouncing back. And I thought they would be okay. But then, here in round 7, you start to see the issues. ZywOo's aggressive on Yard. Apex is behind him. And Karrigan just straight up wins an aim duel there against Apex, playing back towards this warehouse position.
Apex has gone down early. That's a big opening kill.
And this happens a lot here. Apex gets abused, and you can see as the round progresses, imagine if Apex is still alive, he might be playing around main. He might be the player who can kind of help rotate towards A. But as the round goes on, you'll see some good aggression from Flames, realizing he has to take something back in the 4v5.
Okay.
But look who the player rotating into A is. It's ZywOo with the AWP, and that is a terrifying position to be in when main is smoked off.
As well. Catching the
Flames gets his kill.
Descent of Brokey on the ladder.
And ZywOo, he gets one. If this was Apex with the rifle rotating in, maybe he could go for another kill, get away. But with the AWP, you have to go for the one shot and fall back.
To the edge of the smoke, ZywOo.
That means Frozen could just spam him back in the smoke. It turns it into a 3-on-3.
It does pay the ultimate price, though. Frozen, an important trade.
It still feels like a good position for Vitality, though. You've got Flames in Hut here behind me. You've got Mezzy on screen.
It still feels very stacked against.
But you see what I mean with the individuals. Frozen was fantastic, but Flames will feel like this is a fight he should win.
Unless they can catch Flames with empty hands.
Instead, Frozen catches him.
That's a big one.
Mezzy decides not to trade immediately. He plays for the multi-kill.
Eyes on Karrigan, though.
He's doing a lot. Mezzy will...
Just waits a little too long. Gets caught by Twist.
I know it's a 1v3.
I think Mezzy was a little off today as well, I've got to say. A couple of the Vitality players were. That's a FaZe round.
I was going to start down Seeker with the AWP.
Here in this next one,
Fortunately,
see ZywOo starting lower. Look at this. Flames, from in main, spams up on the player top main and kills him, which is absolutely absurd. Yes, you can do that. If you're playing in main, you can spam this player up here. Crazy kill to get. So you think, okay, nice 5v4.
We lost to Jacob through the Flamesy spray.
But then, even though in the previous round, Apex got caught by Karrigan up here,
ZywOo was worried.
Hang on.
he's not ready. He gets caught again.
Karrigan onto Apex again.
Karrigan had a real read on this.
The side.
Back to the 4v4.
Flamesy's walking out.
And despite getting into this 4-on-4, Twist gets himself into this warehouse position. Vitality, you can see they're so scared of this on the map. There's multiple players on the map here looking towards this position, trying to cover it. But Twist just decides to survive, which is the right read. and no one makes an information play for Vitality in this 4v4. They've lost Yard. They've got to feel scared, but they can't clear Yard. They don't feel comfortable doing that. They don't really have the utility maybe to do that.
They're going to go into...
Matches Mezzi.
And so as the round goes on, Mezzi ends up being kind of alone towards A. He eventually gets Flames to help him, but you can see Mezzi, he doesn't quite clear this.
Oh, here you go. Twist.
He just gets caught out trying to go and help with the A play.
Catches Mezzi. Pantsed him. Uncomfortable for Vitality. And ZywOo, don't forget, completely disconnected from this. Flames, he has to...
Flames, now he's given away his position. They're just going to swarm him from both sides. There's nothing he can really do because Mezzi's gone down.
He has to deliver a multi-kill to keep Vitality's chances. Now
he loses the fight.
ZywOo's been noted. Rops comes in from heaven.
Rops gets one back, but that's the round. They didn't have the information, the quick A play. Only one player there really to defend it properly after Mezzi falls from that Yard lurk.
He's actually dipping back.
And again, being 4v5 really isn't going to help with that. Here in the next round again, Apex, he tries to fight before the smokes bloom.
Ahead of the smokes.
And he just loses the duel. This was a real problem as this half went on.
Taken down by Jacob.
You can see now Flames rotates down to cover B. He probably would have had to do that anyway because of the wall of smokes. But now you don't have Apex here in Hell. That's one less player.
Twist won't be catching that rotation. If they're trying to cross back.
And that means as the round goes on, ZywOo feels like he has to cover this Yard in case they're going to try and sneak up and go for a sort of wrap round heaven or hell. And so Mezzi kind of ends up alone on this A site.
Maybe main.
They quickly bypass into main.
As he unzooms. Now they're pathing. Mezzi, what have you got? Needs more. Gets himself to
And Mezzi this time does do a solid job at getting the 2 kills. But ZywOo, who's just rotated back up here, misses a key shot.
The floor.
Just misses his opportunity.
Missing a shot up the vent is Flames.
Even though Flames comes up the vent, Carrigan was able to get the Deagle headshot onto ZywOo over at Heaven. Flames in an uncomfortable spot.
Does find a way to get into action.
Eventually they swing him together, and you can see Rops, he's having to try and push the smoke. They smoked him off so he can't help in the crossfire.
Overwhelmed, Frozen and Carrigan partner up. It's Rops.
And he gets through it, but Frozen's ready for another important 2K. All the edges going in favor of FaZe.
From both the MP9 and Mezzi's M4, a bit more onto the 10.
And here at the end of the half,
catches Brokey, puts him low.
Flames is down lower.
Impact here.
Rops is coming to join him.
ZywOo gets his kill, but Flames, again, just missing his opportunity.
Managed to connect at the same time, though.
Don't think his aim was quite there today.
Clear out Flamesy with empty hands. It's Rops up next to bat. They got their knives
Rops
out.
does get one back. Might have been nice to get a little more out of that, but
they
gets
weren't
one
ready
back.
for him so soon.
2 of them are so low.
Yeah, they're really susceptible to these SMGs now. This is an opportunity for Vitality just to get back.
And then Frozen, who was lurking, gets the all-important kill onto Mezzi. Another key fight which goes against Mezzi. Frozen gets the right read on it, because now those players can come back up the vent to A.
Pivot up, vent.
And Vitality have rotated heavily down to B.
The heavens, removing Mezzi, and they can pivot straight up the vents. Sure, low HP stretch of the imagination. Brokey a bit of a
good mid-round call, and Brokey is out lurking Rops. Rops ain't ready.
Piece might be able to catch Rops on the next swing.
Boom, catching Rops in the back. They are playing with Vitality.
Rops goes down, extra uncomfortable now. Apex onto Jacob, Frozen is tucked in. ZywOo's advancing. Guaranteed collision course set.
Apex eventually trades. Frozen gets his kill.
Ready for Frozen.
And Apex just figures, you know what? Brokey was down on B. I know that Frozen's a bit far away in lobby.
Apex is just going to go for the stick.
And he just sticks it.
5 seconds. Frozen, what have you got, mate? Flash, smoke,
and it just about works. They scrape a 5th round. And normally, Vitality, when they win these sorts of BS rounds, this sort of weird half by low by round, you expect them to come right back into the game. But they end up losing the pistol.
Hoping to be.
They won one gun round, but here you see Twist pushed up early.
Oh, he's going to be
and his targets and Twist worming forward.
And no one for Vitality covers it.
Overlooked.
Is
overlooked. How far does he really want to push?
They don't end up clearing this the whole time.
Risk being adopted here by RVD. Now chooses to engage.
And if anything, they get a little lucky. Twist only gets away with 1 kill there. If ZywOo strayed a little further forward, that could have been a 2K.
He didn't even know existed, which is that part that hurt.
But as the round goes on, Vitality sit around for a long time. Rops is in lobby right now, but because there's 40 seconds left, this is the sort of time window FaZe realize if we get some map information, it could be really helpful. And that's just when Rops leaves.
It's a secret, right?
So now we get a 30-second smoke wall. Vitality leaving themselves with such little time to get down to
the
B.
amount of time left on the clock. Carrigan gets one. You just running knife out, and then you're likely going to be meeting Frozen head on. Time's the problem.
Here they come, and he does get his.
Carrigan gets one kill. Nicely traded.
He's a brutal aim.
They molly off the vents.
That's all he has to do. ZywOo though.
And Frozen with 10 seconds. If he was in a slightly better spot, maybe he could get a kill and survive, or really try and delay.
In, he's a brutal aimer.
Instead, he has to commit, and he gets traded.
Time to plant.
And Vitality somehow
throws out the molly, and with a second to spare, they punch
brute force their way into a B plant.
And
this is where you expect them to win these rounds. This sort of 2v2, setting up Rops. It feels good.
Okay,
but as the rotate comes in, Rops gets baited by the gun barrel. He gets baited by Brokey's gun barrel.
Oh, actually confirmed.
Tries to shoot off, ends up falling.
Baits him in with a step and the angle of approach. It's only meant.
And the door was open, so obviously Brokey was just looking that way. That's why the gun barrel's there. You expect Rops to get more out of that.
And he's only got 30 HP. Jacob found ya!
Mezzy tucked in the whole time, trying to catch him in the back, but he just gets run down. He just gets red. FaZe up to 10.
3 more to convert this map. A lot of catching up to do with your Vitality. Now it's your money that's the question.
Towards the end here, finally, Apex gets an opener on Yard. Finally. Into a good position.
Tries to tag up.
But in this 4v5, look at what FaZe do. They just figure, you know what? The Yard smokes are up, but we're just going to take a risk. These two ramp players decide to stack this A site. Brokey's just going to go back, smoke off ramp so that they don't take it immediately.
Of that fate.
And they take a gamble stack, and they say, if it's an A play, we'll probably just save. If not, we've got a chance. And Carrigan gets the read right once again.
He gets away with his life, though. Twist. Oh, he spots out Apex on the fade. Not expecting a second mob ban, though. That's going to be a free
Good trade on the initial main play. Not too bad.
ZywOo pathing in. Jacob got an awful lot to do. Oh!
And Jacob, he was lightning quick on this CT side. Yes, he goes down, but that's a crazy 2K.
ZywOo pathing in. Jacob got an awful lot to do. Oh, quick for the second. ZywOo gets put in the dirt. Brokey's here. Rops his 2, though.
Brokey goes down.
It's like a little sing. Frozen in the club.
But Frozen is still in heaven.
Brokey's here. Rops his 2, though. Makes like a little sing. Frozen in the club.
Plays it perfectly. Locks it in. And again, unfortunately for Vitality, I do think Jacob, he can struggle when the utility is really used against him. But here, he's just getting aim fights. And that's where we've seen Jacob be at his best. That's where that snappy aim can come into play. Oh, I've skipped ahead too far. In the last round. You're going to see again.
Just be wary about Silo. They're going for the clears again. This time, no fast pathing from Apex.
We might get Apex here.
Similar issues. Apex getting caught on Yard way too often throughout this map.
Walks into the crosshairs of Brokey. Only for a moment.
And then Brokey repositions into A. Because they actually lost a player here. It went into a 4-on-4. Carrigan goes and covers Yard for him. Takes the risk of pushing the smokes.
Pushing. Flames is so close to this.
Brokey finally back to hitting some close range shots. Didn't have to have a great game today, but he did enough.
Quick reactions out of Brokey.
You see Jacob again. He was blind there, but he got the kill.
How's he not dead? He's covered by Jacob. That's how. Rops down. 2 to find in his FaZe's map. Jacob's delivering. ZywOo
standing out in the open again. They go in 1 by 1. Not that much utility. There was a molly to the left side, but not enough to get Jacob off this angle. Vitality getting destroyed here. Again, FaZe were great. Like, Frozen was fantastic. They did a lot of good stuff in the mid-round. Every read seemed right. You just have to hope this is a matchup thing, because for whatever reason, Vitality, they have had a couple of close series against FaZe before. You know, they had this Pro League one. They had this Blast London one where a couple of the maps were close. Maybe it is just a scenario where the calling from Carrigan is a good counter to Vitality. Let's move on. Furia versus Na'Vi. Dude, Furia are so ready for this. 13-2. This was so dominant. So unbelievably dominant. Molodoy was ridiculous. Quesarado was great. Fallen's even having big impact. Insane performance from these guys.
Back to play behind the smoke wall. Makazi.
We got a nuke again.
As company. Talent is wonderful.
Straight away, right from the start.
So
look at this.
One secret presence early. Clear of the
Wipe the smoke. Perfect time for a Molodoy kill.
Makaze brought down.
And then they wait just long enough that Na'Vi think they're safe.
From the pistol.
And another smoke wipe, this time from Molodoy.
He's exposed to
Oh, another kill from him.
Pulling them apart. Molodoi Orb immediately announces his presence in the server in a major.
Such a sick way of wiping those smokes. Na'Vi can't
Breaks
cross.
there, right? Both of them netting kill.
Molodoi is elected to go for the box.
Little jump information, make it a 3K.
Wonderful,
Why
lucky to be
not? Why the hell not? Molodoi was everywhere. He was insane on this map.
Spotted out, shows
Here in the
his
next round, a slower one from Na'Vi. They fake some B presence. They come back to A. It looks nice.
Molly.
And Yuri even gets caught
And
early.
a headshot from him. Yuri goes down. It's
Look
the
at Molodoi up
perfect
the
path of
ladder.
least resistance in for a Na'Vi plant. You got the man advantage.
Oh my god. Quick kill back. Such a tight angle.
Because Molodoi, a pixel of him as skull.
And in the 4v4, look at Fallen's awareness.
Catches him in the cranium.
There was a big B fake down secret. Fallen gets the information, and look,
spotted out
he
by
doesn't go over eager for the kill. He knows that Makaze's just going to try and play with him and keep him in this position, because Makaze's thinking, I've just got to keep this guy here and distract him from A, try and play time.
Jiggling. Kinder flanking.
Kindar is still down lower. He just gets an easy kill from behind because of it.
It's going to be
Bit who's going to have to.
And they're willing to run down the clock really far on this retake.
Flash, here it comes.
As the flashes come in.
Starts to unload his mag a second for good measure.
FaZe with the mid-air kill is crazy.
Pin in. Lackadaisical doesn't care about taking full damage, just breaking in. Do it for wonderful. Needed.
And just a bit of a whiff from Bit. That's the fight that really cost them there. Fallen wins it, fair play. I think Bit will want that kill though. He'll feel like he should get this.
Do it for wonderful. Needed that. Needed that. Wonderful can clutch this. Needed a fuse. Fallen's gonna
that fight means Molodoi can just lock it in. He was everywhere on this map, Molodoi. And then in the next round, Fallen.
What he's made of.
They try and wipe his smoke.
Fallen exposed. Oh, the professor.
The 3K from Fallen, even he was on point on this map. Oh my god. And then in the next one, look at the switch ups from Molodoi. Now he's playing down secret. This guy, for a rookie, loves switching up his spots, and I love to see it.
Secret.
Top of the tables.
This time again, you saw your Kindar wiping that smoke earlier there.
He'll respect it. Doesn't go out again. Sound cute.
And now they still have an aid later on.
There's going to be a smoke break. It looks like it's going to be exposed.
So wipe it again. They had the timing perfect on so many of these rounds. It was sensational from Furia. There was clearly a game plan for Na'Vi to do a lot of yard play, and it got shut down. I feel bad for Alexi. He didn't get to call his plays because Furia was so good at this.
They just pounced by your Kinder. They've nailed the timings. Yard search.
Playing pass.
So we skip ahead. Yuri actually was getting caught A little bit.
There you go.
But Quesarado was always here to clean up. Their coordination was very good, even if Yuri would get caught.
An entry. Quesarado onto Alexi confirms as a second towards the vents. It's Imer.
If it gets into a 3v3, you're a little concerned.
But Na'Vi are in. Make no mistake, Molodoi versus one.
Until Molodoi gets 2 for 1.
Wonderful!
Just quicker than wonderful. Just quicker.
Make no mistake, Molodoi versus one.
And honestly, Molodoi might be the quickest AWPer out there right now. He is insanely good in those AWP v AWP fights. Of course they win the round. We'll give you the replay.
Why? Perfectly timed by your Kinder. That extra cache of nades came in handy,
I got a tracker on this kid, but
oh my god, just everything. Going right for Furia. Everything going right for them. That seems to be round 8 again. We don't need that. We need round 9.
Down to get buys after
buys. But you have to kill Furia to do that.
And by the way, look, Molodoi, this time he's playing ramp. He's in the right spot again. How does this guy do it?
He's here again.
Right place. Is he really going to keep going?
Mr. Right Place.
Mr. Right Place. The truth.
That's a great shot on a jumping player, by the way.
A quick flick tracking that lead.
He actually misses the easier one this time.
Losing space.
He gets away, and I want to give a huge shout out to Fallen. A lot of players here would just try and fight, but Fallen realizes, you know what? I'm an in-game leader, and I know my aim's not the best. I'm just going to fall back.
They're going to try and punish him.
Continues to fall back.
So well, falls back, knows
Pops down a smoke.
Advantage.
Buys space so that Yuri can arrive in heaven, so that a yard player can come help him. Because if Fallen fights and dies there, he gives away an AK, and suddenly the round is on. And that often happens in that scenario. Instead, Fallen knows there's no need to take that risk, especially as the weakest fragger on the team.
In, gives him angles to play around.
He gets back and he goes down, but it doesn't matter. Because Yuri's come in from above. Quesarado's come in from yard. It just minimizes the risk. Fallen deserves so much credit for that, seriously. I know it doesn't look like much, but so many players there would fight and die and give their opponents a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
And towards the end, Na'Vi got desperate in these 8 plays. They just tried him.
Same again with guns. Oh, Sticky nade. Does nail it, actually.
Keserato.
Perfect.
No!
The nade leads to a TK. Keserato finds Mikase as well. Oh, Na'Vi with empty hands for an entire half of...
He was just too good on main. He was just too good. This was dominant, and I don't even think Na'Vi played all that badly here. I just genuinely think Furia were fantastic. Their game plan was perfect. Their reads, their timing, everything was right. And that's without Yuri playing that well. And that's without Yakindar having to do much, in all honesty. This is a scary Furia, man. This is a scary Furia. I'm excited for these guys. I do think it's a bad matchup for Na'Vi, because Furia feel like just a better version of Na'Vi all round. I think Na'Vi, they can catch out teams like Falcons with their strategic play. Against Furia, Furia have those same tricks. Furia are as locked in as you are. They don't get away with it, but man, Furia looks scary. Let's move on to Spirit. We didn't learn too much here, except it was a train map. That is normally Spirit's permaban. They haven't played this in the last 3 months, and dude, we had, what was this article headline? It was something like Donk saying, there we go, I became more mature. Now I'm thinking about winning the game as a team, not a star player. Well, I'm sorry, Donk. On this team, you have to be the star player. 30 kills. Shiro, also fantastic. We didn't learn anything new here. We learned that Donk and Shiro are sick at the game. And
Donk,
this was the round he started the major with. After saying, oh yeah, I want it to be more of a team effort.
It's forward.
He's ready and should be able to find himself a there. He's got really comfortable for number 2. That was a mid-range onto ultimate. There's another one there. He's got number 3. Just the Donk standard.
Cool.
Start.
Yeah, just a quad kill.
Up his heart rate.
Say about it. Yeah. So far. Lock it in.
He'll try. He'll try.
The wobbles.
Chopper's like, okay, maybe I will get involved.
On bodyguard for a second. Donk makes.
And eventually the ace to start it
You
off.
get your...
He was ridiculous on this map, as always. Here in this one.
Pulls the focus. Nerds already gets cross loudly and audible.
He's 10-1 already, by the way. 4 rounds in.
Two's way.
Well, Jumper can rotate into help's way.
Sorry, make that 11-1. They try and flash through. And Liquid, at the start, they were doing this quite a lot. They were just giving him the fights, to be honest with you, and the utility wasn't enough, and you cannot do that.
God.
He's just to most that.
That's meant to be the Donk in a lot.
But eventually, you will see the issue. Zwei is playing B anchor. We didn't know where these players would be playing.
Util, to be fair. So once Zwei can find this first, Shui cards in for the...
Here in this one, he gets nothing. It's a good shot from Shui, but you can't be dying like that as the B anchor.
Okay.
At least not that
That's
often.
a nice find from their captain. Liquid opening up avenues into
This time it was Chopper here to help him.
Rotation on its way from Spirit.
Chopper undetected.
No HP forward position. Shui's going to try and play in this off angle for 1 on as Donk rounds this corner. He might just creep in. Donk gets the
See,
fight.
Donk, awkward position for him, rotating in.
Anticipating.
Eventually, Chopper does get the
Brought
kill.
down by Chopper. Trade in.
Here gets banged out by Ultimate, and then
Tanir.
Chopper here.
Need another.
Oh.
Shui brought down by Chopper.
You know what we
Trade
think
in for
about
Ultimate.
Chopper's individual ability? This feels like a fight he could have won.
Finding Tanir. Need another. Yeah.
Extended spray from Naf.
Tames the spray does now. Looking good for Liquid. You still got 1 to worry about. Donk towards connector and noted. It's Shiro posted up with the orb. Oh, Donk's behind you.
Donk, even stuck behind a smoke, is able to walk through and get one.
Taps their head, tries to transfer, knows Ultimate's close by. Is there really a retake conversation to be had here? Shiro wants to go. Finds the M4, picks it up. It's Ultimate versus Donk. And he's not
Turns it into a second headshot.
Donk does everything. It's just nerds.
Eventually traded, but the molly's in.
Because have to push through the flame. Needs to tap it off the bar.
But Nerds does just enough.
Guy.
No time for the defuse. Liquid get their round win just thanks to that B play. And this was the only issue for Spirit.
Good.
You'll see here in this next round, it's Tanir playing with Zwei. We were hoping to see a little more out of these guys.
Just be quicker timing. They're coming.
Just walking.
Zwei's just now trying to smoke.
He want to
Okay,
punish
we're what,
Zwei.
1 minute 35 into the round? You can see on the minimap, he's lining up this smoke that bounces back and lands at the top of B ramp.
Just be quicker timing. They're coming.
It's just too late. And with Tanir watching upper, for some reason,
Walking down.
Zwei is now also watching upper. The miscommunication clearly here. They were not ready for Liquid to move in this quick.
It's not looking the right direction. They have no idea. They're already up. Oh, he
Tanir completely clueless. Now Zwei is in trouble.
jump scare. Suddenly there's a whole squad flooding
Even that spray doesn't look pretty.
into the side. Sway, what have you got?
He only gets 1 kill.
In the back of the head is what? Elige makes sure of that. Now Donkey's thinking about this retake. Ultimate's got the other side of him, so his back is turned.
Donk gets caught out by Ultimate. And this B site was a bit of an issue at times, but not enough for Spirit to lose this map. I think we didn't really get to see too much of Spirit on T side because, to be honest, Liquid were going for a few aggressive plays. And normally, Spirit were able to handle it, which was good to see. That's an important sign. You'll see here, this was the sort of round we were getting, this last round.
Feeling like there's a lot of players all over the shop right
5v5, bit of damage, default early.
Reaggress.
And then we get this flash into pop from Liquid.
Good timing. Flash lands.
Well dodged by Spirit. They get the opening kill.
Tanir just puts the right bullets in the right.
And then Donk just catches Elige out in the open.
Place, removing Shui. Elige next on the naughty list. Ultimate has to step up and play.
Shiro then catches Nerts on the B aggression.
Left and right.
It just didn't feel like Spirit had to do a whole lot on their T side to get this win.
That orb shot fires it off, misses Donk.
There were 1 or 2 rounds that were well executed and well called.
Team Spirit starting off.
But overall, I mean, Donk gets the 30 bomb. Spirit show a little bit of sneakiness to their map pool, but just look at this swing percentage. Everyone else in the server doesn't really have much of an impact, except for Donk. And Shiro was just consistently good. Not much more to say. Excited to see more from Spirit. Finally, Mouz Parivision. We'll touch on this one briefly because teams keep giving Parivision the overpass in the BO1, but this time Mouz just able to get it over the line. Exertion having a great game here. Spinks, once he got into the game, had a really solid performance. Over on the Parivision side, Yellow, this guy's legit, man. This guy was fantastic throughout this map. And you're going to see to start with, Mouz said they prepped a lot for this map, but Parivision were catching them out, man. Mouz ran this exact setup a lot of times. They had Exertion pushed into short.
Jimmy's side again.
Okay, rinse repeat.
Roland maybe to help on the short control, and Yimfat's job was to lock down Monster. And you saw this would happen a lot. Parivision chain these flashes incredibly well.
Jimmy's got well-timed nades here. Now spots them out, flashes them off.
Gets blind, tries to play anti-flash, but looks back just as this flash comes in.
They're pushing in.
And they just get the kill onto Yimfat so quickly that this short player Exertion can't really do a great deal about it.
Fine, removing Jimmy cleanly. His Exertion is kicking up a fuss from
he gets 1 kill back. But as the round goes on, the trades end up being solid enough for Parivision. Exertion gets caught out.
All to play for. Don't forget, if you just need 3, that first gun round is like gold to Parivision here in the best of 1. And a tap of the head. Torji dead. It's up to Spinks. He's got these clutches in him.
And eventually they lock it in the post plant. And we got a lot of this throughout the half. Here in round 7.
No one on the pillar, a more passive defense.
Makes it a little bit easier coming through Monster.
We had some A pressure early, which drew the rotate from Mouz. Then Jame on that boost, he spots that Barrels is clear. They only have 2 AKs in this round, Parivision, but it's a beautiful way to play it because now you're not scared of the Barrels, really. So there are less positions to clear, and you can kind of just run in with no fear.
From the heaven side, parting into the side.
And Cielo, this is what I'm talking about. Crazy kill.
Onto Brawler. He's opened up the site.
Exertion, just that one whiff makes a huge difference. Now Cielo gets a 2nd kill. Even transfers there onto Yimfat. Finally he falls, but that AK's made such a difference.
Monstrous. Mouz left down. Round back.
And again, this B site gets locked in. Another big round from Cielo. Here in round 9. Similar setup again, and you could clearly see these short kills were coming for Mouz. They were winning the short fight. But it didn't matter because the Monster timing was always off. Yimfat was always getting isolated and was not able to stall this.
For Exertion, opening kill found. Will Belchanok win one out?
Flash comes in, but again,
Jimmy wants to fight, goes swinging in.
Parivision just win the fight off the back of the flash.
AW's there with the Tech 9 at range. Belchanok on top.
Now Brolan's out in the open and he goes down. They're not able to coordinate on the hold.
I mean, Torji finds
Parivision
something on a smoke.
We're abusing this B bomb site, and you can see it in the kills. Torji and Spinks, the 2 A players, barely involved in these early rounds. And it meant by the time an A play happened, I don't think Spinks was in the full flow. I don't think he was in the full feel of the game.
So Spinks is going aggro. He's got that AK and he's just...
He goes aggro, I think annoyed that he's just stuck losing B every round. It's a good angle, a good position.
Position that they're not ready for.
And he just misses his chance. And I think that's another benefit of just abusing the B site like this. Parivision clearly did their prep work, clearly isolated Yimfat on multiple occasions. But Mouz did well. They did well to come back
here. A lot more extra pressure.
And they clearly did do their prep.
Exploit some of the tendencies if we see stack nades, and that's what they're lining up.
Oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt, Cal.
The 3 nades onto Notta, who played this position quite a lot throughout this half.
Right.
They get into the 5v4.
Another HE from your
But
quick
then from here,
heading his way, and he has it's not going to be.
Jane was doing a solid job at AWPing on this A site.
He wants to destabilize.
Nice kill through the
He
smoke.
wants to disrupt. Retreating is
Playing
not
ahead of it.
going to be easy, and he knows that. He has to stand his ground.
And Jane does get caught, but again, Yellow had so many massive multi-kills on this A site.
Survives, finds it. Xello under so much pressure. He has support on the back of the side.
This wasn't even the best of them, but it's a big 2K.
2 on the spray. Xello's doubles completely. Binks, Torchy down.
Make sure they can lock in that round. It's feeling good for Parivision. They get to the 12-10 lead.
He'll drop this,
and unfortunately, Belchanok here, you're going to see
Heaven smoke
the
deployed
molly
now.
is very well timed. He mollies off short. He makes sure they can't get past that.
Mollying short.
Yeah,
he's lining up this counter smoke that should land here and should cut off this area entirely. You can't go through that unless you use utility, and even that's very hard. And if that's the case, then you can just fight these angles up here on this side. It's normally a great way to defend B, but look at the smoke. He throws it too far.
AW drops it.
He throws it too far. Big mistake.
On the way.
They've already got
it lands way too far away, and now being down in this water position is atrocious because they can push you from both sides, and you can't really do anything about it. They don't even need nades.
Body here, AW.
Look at this. They don't have any map control. They're both stuck here. That counter smoke cost them.
4 to find on the site. Looking messy. Good find from Roland. There's AW, kicks up a bit of a fuss. Finds the Swede. Straight
Just an abysmal position to be in. They lose that round that they could have had a chance of winning. It goes to overtime. And this is where the individuals start to come into play. And also where I will give credit to Yimfat. He had a tough game, but he had time to think, how do I want to change it up into OT?
I'm going to flash through this.
And he played close to Monster.
Xello tries to find them on the boost.
They have to go now.
Deliver.
They flash over. They're doing the same play. Flashing again, hoping to catch Yimfat at barrels. But Yimfat ain't there, and they ain't cleared him.
Smoke, nobody's ready for Jimmy.
Huge 3K. The adjustment was great. He had the time to finally adjust. And I think individuals just became way more important in overtime. It gets a bit scrappier, and Mouz clearly have the better individuals.
With his aggressions. Every time it's kind of cut short.
Spinks finally got involved, and this is an insane ace. If you stayed this long, you're going to get rewarded.
See much action with such a B-centric T side. This time he's got company. Supported by Torji. Pathing, not good for AW. Looking the wrong way. Spinks is there.
Struggle with that in the first.
11 HP with the AK.
Staff didn't get too many options.
Mission accomplished.
Flashed in, gets
There's
info.
the flash as well. Confirms Belchanok is up close and he wants him. James trying to provide that covering fire. Spinks. How has he got another one? There is 4 from Spinks.
Oh my god. Absolutely insane. And I will say on the T side, I didn't really point out, Mouz did have a lot of good A plays. They were able to hit that A site a few times. Parivision stacked it once or twice though, and I think they could have got the round wins. Just didn't quite happen for them. Mouz looked good. I think the main thing was they dealt with the pressure well, because Parivision easily could have won that, and I think Parivision, again, on Overpass, they're very scary. But I gotta say, man, Belchanok on B, I think he had quite a few issues throughout. He stepped up a little bit in overtime, but he had his problems. And Exertion on that short control, he was huge. He was very good throughout this map. I think Mouz, it's a good sign they were able to ride this storm. And over on the Parivision side, the only concern I have is losing a close game now. I wonder if that is going to start to seep in at this stage. I think the quality is just a bit higher. I think they just don't quite have the players to carry them through this stage. I've got to say on Mouz again, their prep was pretty good. I actually think their T side, they did well. That they oftentimes had the right read and they were able to kind of play with Parivision a bit. So the Overpass pick was a risky one, but it worked out for Mouz. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you guys for watching. Another video coming later today, maybe a bit of a shorter one, and I'll catch you next time.